Hello, people of the internet. How is it going? Ryan Fiskus here. Today we're going to be doing a review. It has been a long time. There's been a lot going on for me in the past couple of months. I had to move from apartment to apartment. I had to move up to another part of my state because of financial reasons that the place I was originally living and growing up was way too expensive because I don't know taxes or whatever. It was just too expensive, so I had to move upstate with my parents who moved up there a year ago due to pretty much the same reasons. So we're going to be reviewing a product that features a 5.7-inch display with HD resolution, a quad-core Snapdragon 400 CPU, and an Arduino 305 GPU, a gig and a half of RAM, and 8 gigabytes of native storage. Now, what can that device be, you ask? Well, we'll do a little bit of movie magic here. And the smoke clears. Oh my god, it's a phone! Yes, this is the LG G Vista. I believe this is a Verizon exclusive, but I can't say that for sure because I didn't look that up. I think it's on AT&T as well. Actually, let me bring that up real quick. I did have the spec sheet on hand, so we'll go up, and it is on AT&T. Okay, it's AT&T and Verizon. So, with all those specs out of the way, we'll go ahead and look at the physical features of the phone. So, we have a nice camera. Actually, I'll have to bring back the specs real quick to look at that. Nope, not Facebook. Oh well, camera's not important. It's a pretty decent camera. I'll show you the camera quality in a little while. So we have the camera, we have the flashlight, pardon me. We have our Verizon logo, we have our 4G LTE logo, we have our LG logo, which is only one of two on this phone, and I'm really glad for that because I've used a few phones that are in the price range of this kind of phone, and they have the brand name just plastered everywhere. So we have all of that. We have a speaker grill. Oh, but what's this? What's this little dude? What is that? You're goddamn right. This is NFC enabled. A $100 smartphone that has NFC capabilities. Now, before this phone, I had two of the Samsung Galaxy J1s, and they were awful. They were great at first. They were good phones for their price range. Originally, I bought one for $90, which came out to $120 or about $110 with taxes and all that. But then I got a second one after the first one broke because I dropped it while I was doing something. I don't remember what it was, but I dropped it on concrete and the screen just shattered, just straight up shattered. There wasn't enough protection on the front of the screen. There aren't many cases available on the market. Actually, I don't think there are any on the standard market. You have to go on eBay to find a case for it. Probably just like this, which I don't know if I'll need a case for this yet. I haven't used it too terribly much, but the second Samsung Galaxy J1, I had that, and I had a battery in my hand kind of flipping it around out of boredom, and it dropped, landed on the home button, and screen shattered again. Now, that's fine and all. I can use a phone with a shattered screen, it's not a big deal. But what does get to be a big deal after a while is the fact that the battery life is very poor after a little bit. The processor gets painfully slow. I mean painfully slow. And what I mean by that is if you use it for anything intensive for any amount of time, anything more than Google or maybe YouTube and a little bit of texting, if you used it for more than that for any extended period of time, say an hour or more, the entire phone slows down, and you can only have one tab open. You can be texting for an hour, and the processor, the entire phone would just slow to a crawl. So I decided to toss away Samsung because they had a bunch of other problems in my opinion. I used to be a big Samsung fan. I had the Galaxy S5 and two J1s, and the Galaxy S5 was my favorite, but Samsung just isn't cutting it for me anymore. So I come back to LG. Now, the LG G Vista has a lot of fun features that I think are really nice. LG's kind of quote-unquote standard. I know a few other companies do this as well. They go with the knock, which doesn't always work. Actually, it's not working at all. Okay, we'll turn it on manually, and we'll try it again. That's one point I'm going to touch on real quick. So, they have the knock feature like that, where, okay, let me get my hand off the back, because the buttons are on the back. Power, volume up, volume down. I don't know if I already covered that. But we have a feature which is knocking. There we go, it worked. So you tap on the screen twice and it turns on and off. Now, it turns on just fine, usually, and it turns off just fine from this screen. But if you open it up, you're supposed to double tap the notification bar and it works. But sometimes I'll have it to where I'll tap it and I'll tap it again, and it tries to bounce that down like it just did there. It tries to bounce the entire navigation bar down like that, which doesn't allow you to very accurately tap it to turn it off usually. So now that we've got that out of the way, we'll talk about more of the actual aesthetic of the front. So we have, again, our Verizon logo, because mine's Verizon. We have our camera. We have our light sensor. Light sensor on this works a treat. If you have it on auto brightness, it very quickly adjusts to whatever it is that is ambient light around you, unlike Samsung. Okay, I'll touch on that. So every Samsung phone that I've had has an issue where the screen will light up if it's in your pocket if you get a text message. Now, usually that's not too much of an issue unless you don't have a lock on your phone like I do. Now, I'm not very serious about protecting my phone in that manner. You know, I'm not intending on ever losing my phones. I plan on them breaking before I can lose them, honestly. So I don't worry about passcodes or locks or anything, because usually my phone is either in my hand or in my pocket or right next to me. But the main problem is, even if you do have a lock on your phone, if it's a Samsung, they used to have, I don't know if they have it anymore, but they used to have like that little call button. If you were to slide it, it would automatically call 911. Now, I've almost gotten in trouble because of that. My phone has called 911 in my pocket a few times, and, you know, they've heard me go about my day without headphones or whatever, and I feel my phone vibrate, and I'm getting a call. So I answer, and it's 911, and that terrified me. That happened twice. Now, the first time it happened, they were freaking out on me. They were like, are you okay? Do you need help? Are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm fine. That must have happened in my pocket. I'm so sorry. And they're like, okay, well, try not to have it happen again. I'm like, okay, I got it. The second time it happened, I said, okay, this has happened before. It turns on in my pocket and all this. And they weren't too happy with me. They thought that I was lying. They thought I was just trying to prank call them. And they said that they were, you know, ready to get after me about false 911 calls and all this. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And they finally believed me, so we ended our call and, you know, went on with the day. This has happened with the Samsung Galaxy S5 and both J1s. This one, the light sensor works a treat. I have not had one single instance of it turning on in my pocket unless I'm wearing shorts and my thigh hits it twice. But then I usually notice, because I'll have headphones on, because I do like using music with this phone. So with that out of the way, yeah, the light sensor works great. There's a front-facing camera, there's a speaker grill, there's a microphone on the bottom, there is a micro USB port, there's a headphone jack, there's another microphone for sound balancing, and there's something right there. Ooh, what is that? We got more surprises in this bitch. So we'll turn this back on, and we'll go to the main menu, or the home screen. So we'll go through my home screen apps as I have them laid out. So we have Quick Memo Plus, Google Play Music, talk about that in a minute. Pokemon Go. I don't play Pokemon Go that often. I don't really see the hype. Niantic really messed up. The Pokemon Company really messed up on this one, in my opinion. Sue me. I don't like the app. It doesn't work. The server crashes way too much. It doesn't feel like Pokemon to me. It just feels like their other game that I haven't even played. What was that? Ingress? I think Ingress was the name? But it doesn't feel like Pokemon to me, so I just don't play it. I have Facebook Messenger, begrudgingly. I have the typical Google stuff, Gmail, Maps, Play Music, Play Movies, all the way up to YouTube and Hangouts. I have the Play Store, which is typical. Coindozer, I don't play that too much. I actually don't play games on my phone that often anymore. When I was in high school and stuff like that, when I had an iPod Touch and all that, I would play games to my heart's content. But I've been I haven't been playing any video games too much lately. We have the camera. I'll come back to that as well. We have the calendar. Do you really need to see the calendar? Oh, look. It's a calendar. It has rows and columns with dates and days and months. So special. Let me just clear that. So we have on the second screen, oh, by the way, the screen is not that dim. It actually goes pretty bright. But for the purposes of the video, I have to have the screen kind of dim because my camera is not very well able to distinguish light from an LED screen. And I believe this is an LED screen. Android Pay, I don't know why I got that. Oh, I think that was just standard because of the NFC back there. Help, music, and gallery. I don't even bother with music app, so we'll just remove that. I haven't used this phone as long as I probably should have to do this review, but I'm okay with that. So at the bottom row, we have our calling. We must find our calling. We have our contacts, we have our messaging, we have our app drawer, and we have Chrome. Now, these have been switched around a little bit to my liking, and now we'll come back to the nitty-gritty. We have the camera. I don't want a selfie. So, as you can see, the camera's pretty good. Let me turn it into landscape. This was the same phone that I recorded the other video on this morning. It is currently... Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that. It is currently 2:48 p.m. and I recorded that other video at like 9 a.m. I think it was. So yeah, the camera's pretty good quality. For example, I don't know if it'll show properly. Gallery, okay. Sorry about the blank space here. Let me just get that. My phone's not wanting to cooperate. Oh well. So yeah, we have. There we go. Here's a picture from Facebook. It says an online petition asks U.S. to change national anthem to "City Escape" from Sonic Adventure 2. Because that happened. No. Pardon me. So back to this. The camera does do video, as is outlined in the fact that I did a video from it this morning. Now we get to the fun parts. See this right here? This one right here, right next to Pokemon Go? Quick remote. Yes, indeed. This phone has an infrared receiver. This is a $100 phone that has not only NFC, which I have not seen in a $100 smartphone in a long time. Not only does it have NFC, but it has an infrared beam or infrared blaster. Wow. That's all I have to say about it. Turn the phone back on and we'll go. Currently it's hooked up to a Vizio TV, which is my personal TV for my computer. It has mute, input, volume channel, all that. You can set it to different rooms, just like a lot of other phones that have the same function. Now, price point. I know I said that this was a $100 smartphone, and right out the box, it is. It is initially $100. There's taxes and fees and all that go on with a phone sale. This is on Verizon's prepaid plans, so I'm running at $45 a month for my phone bill. And for $45 a month plus this $100 phone, I ended up going out the door with a warranty in hand, paying $140. This phone actually feels like it's a little bit more than $140 worth. The back is amazing. The battery life. This is a 3200 milliamp hour battery. Wow. Better than the iPhone. Oh, by the way, we have one SIM tray and an SD card expansion up to 64 gigabytes. And we have the antenna right here, which is actually through contacts, I believe. It looks like the antenna at least. So, yeah, snap that back on. It feels really nice. It's a pretty hefty phone. It's pretty big in my hand. Maybe it'll detect how much I crush it. It feels really nice. It's got a nice textured back to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, I got a text message. I'll answer that in a little while. So yeah, it's got a really nice textured back. Pretty nice sounding plastic. And a really nice feeling. It feels like tempered glass, which it probably is. This digitizer just responds beautifully. Yeah, we have a notification light right there too, just in case you didn't see. So yeah, in conclusion, this phone is $140. Would I recommend it? Yes, for the time being. In the next couple of months, I will do a check-in video on what I feel about this phone. Because I have had good experiences with phones, and I've had bad experiences with phones. Especially in the prepaid market. See, I've had good prepaid phones, and I've had bad prepaid phones. I'm looking at you, Galaxy J1. So in a couple of months, if this phone is still operational and up and running, I will get back to you guys and tell you if I would recommend it or not. For $140 at this point, it's kind of hard to beat. I think the only phone that might be able to beat it is there's a phone from HTC that Verizon has, I believe, that's about the same price and maybe about the same size. The only difference that I really know is that it has dual front-facing speakers, which is a huge plus. But this only has one rear-facing speaker, and it isn't bad. I'll actually demonstrate. I'll have to play only a couple of seconds of music. I can't risk a copyright strike. Okay, that's all I can do probably without a copyright strike. So yeah, anyways, I would recommend this phone at this point. For $140, I don't think that you can get too terribly much better, at least in the area that I'm at. This phone is brilliant so far. So I'm going to leave the video there, and I will come back in a couple of months. I'll do videos in between. I'm coming back semi-regularly, As I said before, I've been moving, I'm settled in, I'm looking for a job, and I am back. I'm back, bitches! Yeah, no, I'm actually really excited about coming back to YouTube because I started back in 2011 and I've only made a few videos, but the thrill that I first had about making YouTube videos, I lost it somewhere along the way. I don't know what it was. I got busy, and then I got all depressed, and all this and that, and whine. But I'm back. I'm going to do videos regularly, or semi-regularly. As I look for a job, my schedule might change, but I will be putting out videos again, I promise you. All of my subscribers, I am so sorry I've been gone for a while, and I'm sorry my videos have been kind of subpar. I will actually be editing videos now. I will be working on them to make them the best that I can for you guys. Until I see you guys again, stay awesome.